work off none for a while. But anyway, the last story I want to talk about is Meek Mill, Trump, and Jay-Z. This is a very big story too, and I would love to, once I get my new laptop, I can put this on YouTube. By the way, YouTube also demonetized. It's like the whole world's trying to come down on me on the same week. They kicked me off ad revenue. I started getting a lot of views on YouTube and like getting hundreds of thousands of views a month. And then they're like, oh yeah, let's kick him off so he can't make money on YouTube. I mean, they're so disgusting, but I kind of just got to smile because, you know, I'm blessed. So, you know, I don't even let it bother me. So Meek Mill is a rapper. He's a hip-hop artist. He was married to Nicki Minaj, and he's out of Philadelphia. He's like a street rapper, but, you know, he's smart too. He's got good lyrics. He went to jail. I don't know exactly what Meek Mill did, honestly, to go to jail. I wasn't following the news. I think he had some sort of weapons charge or, you know, something like he was on probation and then did another weapons charge, or I don't know. He's always on Instagram, like riding sand dune things and stuff, but anyway, he went to jail for a few months, maybe a year. I don't know. He was in jail for a little while, maybe like 6 months. Anyway, Meek Mill got out of jail. He's one of the most successful rappers in the country, like top 20, not top 10, I wouldn't say. And he was going to attend a prison reform summit at the White House with President Trump. This is a great idea. I tell people all of the time, this is the most open presidency in the history of the United States. Yeah, we get it. I listen to progressive news and people that are like left-leaning progressives, and they say, oh, it's so terrible. We need universal health care, and the only thing that'll work is socialism. And then everyone's like, oh, yeah, they're so cool. It's like, no, they're telling the truth a lot, but that's always their like solution. So I've heard all the negativity from the progressive left. I've heard all the negativity from the liberals. I watched Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert say, oh my God, Robert Mueller, ha ha ha, oh my God, Robert Mueller, another Robert Mueller joke, ha, so great. Yeah, I've heard all the negativity. I've heard all the bad vibes. I've heard all the ugliness and the toxic news, and I've heard all the twists and turns that you could do hating President Trump. I get it. But what I tell my friends and my brothers and sisters of all races, religions, and genders and all ideologies is this is the greatest time ever to be alive, and this is the greatest presidency ever because President Trump's administration is wide open. Okay, if you're Ray Lewis or you're Steve Harvey and you have a better idea than Ben Carson on helping the Black and Latino community or, you know, helping the inner cities, whatever you want to do, you can pretty much probably just go to President Trump, have a meeting with him, and he'll actually consider it. He's a straight businessman. If it's a good idea and you have some sort of foundation set up, he'll probably just give you the money. So it doesn't matter if you're black, it doesn't matter if you're white, it doesn't matter if you're Latino or Muslim, if you're not a complete brainwashed moron who's just screaming out, hey, ooh, F Trump, F Trump. Yeah, that's so revolutionary. We get it. You don't like Trump. Wow, so cool. I'm sure you have all the solutions. They're like, F Trump, what do you want to do? And they're like foaming at the mouth. They can't even form a sentence. It's like, yeah, of course you don't like him because you don't even know what's going on. So Meek Mill was going to go speak to President Trump, as he should have, because President Trump actually cares. President Trump actually will do something. He'll meet with pretty much anyone, especially in the black community, because he's so hated via mainstream media news, even though Trump literally is probably, I don't want to be like ignorant when I say this, but like he is almost like the blackest president in a way. And I don't want to like define what blackness is or say that, but I want to say everybody loved President Trump. Like, he was in 50 million rap songs. Like, Jesse Jackson liked him. Rosa Parks met with him. Muhammad Ali met with him. President Trump was always well loved in the black community because he's so real. He's so blunt, and he's always been real cool. You know, look at his interviews from 1970s. The black community always loved and had respect for President Trump and idolized him in a way. So the only reason that they don't is because Hillary Clinton spent $1.2 billion to tell you not to like him. And if you're always like, if I like something, they use that. You care about activism. Of course, you want to help people. They'll use that as a wolf in sheep's clothing to tell you you're not allowed to like Trump. You're not allowed to talk to Trump because this is how they tell you how to think, and watch what happens when they don't. On that story, Meek Mill was going to talk to President Trump. He should have. If he would have talked to President Trump, he could have had a big effect on society. Maybe Trump wouldn't have listened. Maybe he would have. But I guarantee you, he's so desperate for support in the black community, not to be mean, but it's like, besides Candace Owens and Kanye West, that's why Trump's like, Candace Owens, Kanye West, like, you know, he'll jump on it in a second. I mean, it's really a great opportunity. When have you seen a president of the United States who will literally like promote you and support you and tweet about you just for supporting him? I mean, this is like the craziest, greatest time to be alive. So Meek Mill was going to go to the White House. And Jay-Z apparently intervened and told Meek Mill, no, you can't go to the White House. You can't talk to President Trump. You're not allowed to, you shouldn't do that. It's bad for your image. It's going to look bad. So Meek Mill's rescinded his own invitation and said, nah, I'm not going to go to the White House. Never mind. It's not a good look for me. I got too much attention. This is exactly what Candace Owens and Kanye West are talking about, the mental slavery. You were going to go do something. You were going to go receive an honor of a lifetime and literally, so what's that? Oh man, it's getting a little, what's it called? Tangled. I can't think of the word. But anyway, this is the opportunity of a lifetime to go to the White House and talk about prison reform. You care about prison reform? You want to reform the prisons? What better way than to talk to the President of the United States who's actually listening and actually employing people? Like, he's like an open book. Like, it's like, yo, you're fired, you're hired, you're fired, you're hired. Like, he's that type of dude. He was going to go there, and Jay-Z told him no. And there were some reports, I can't confirm these, so that's why I'm going to tell you that they're not confirmed, but that Obama had spoken to Jay-Z, because Obama and Jay-Z are tight. And Obama said to Jay-Z to tell, Meek Mill, don't go. So this is the type of mental enslavement we're talking about. You're going to go to the White House, you're going to talk about prison reform, and slave master Jay-Z and Barack Obama tell you not to. And I don't want to use that word lightly, but I mean, what else is it when you're a grown adult about to talk to the president and you let somebody tell you not to? I mean, why? What's the harm of taking a meeting? I'll take a meeting with someone that I might not like and support if they're the president. Just have a conversation with them. Say, hey, this is my opinion. You will have an impact on his life. Just saying that there will make him think a different way, whether he acts on it or not. So you're literally giving up your own power, throwing it off a cliff and saying, oh yeah, you know what? I'm going to and this is what people are talking about. It's so much bias that people can't even be right. People tell me, oh, Anomaly, you don't want to say that. Or it's like, why? People are out here lying to people every single day on every single platform, and then everyone wonders why their heads are so screwed up. It's because their leaders are fake leaders. They're following people with a toxic mindset, and they're being mind controlled, okay? No one's going to tell me, oh, don't take a meeting with the president, and I'm going to listen. Are you kidding me? I'm not brainwashed and mind controlled. I'm my own entity. And that's not what Meek Mill is, apparently. He let societal pressure, he let Jay-Z and the rap community tell him, you can't do that. I mean, how foolish and dumb can you be? If you disagree with the president, go and tell him to his face. Explain what you think prison reform can do. I mean, there's no benefit to not going. The only benefit is they're keeping the echo chamber alive, they're keeping the bias alive, and they're keeping this, oh, don't even talk to him, dehumanize him. We'll have George Bush on, we'll have Jimmy Kimmel, we'll protect terrorists, and we'll pretty much co-sign everybody but the president. This is the narrative that they're doing. Ellen says, oh, I won't have President Trump on. I'm Ellen DeGeneres, and I'm such a great person that President Trump's not allowed on my platform. And the next week, she has George W. Bush on the platform. Oh, wow, you did such a wonder to the LGBT community, Ellen. Thank you so much for not allowing President Trump on, the most progressive LGBT president who was supporting the gay and Latino community, the gay and lesbian community in the early 2000s and in the 1990s before anybody was. I mean, President Trump was more progressive and liberal than all of them. He left the Democrats in the late 1990s to start his own party with Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton or something because he was so tired of the BS in the Democrats. I mean, you can find a video of Trump keeping it real in the 1990s or 2000. They said, Trump, I thought you were a Democrat. He's like, nah, I'm leaving the Democratic Party. He's like, they're just so far gone and so delusional. He was like, I'm not a Republican, but I'm definitely not a Democrat. Like, I mean, he was calling it just like you saw it back then. So overall, I want to say I'm very, very disappointed in Meek Mill not meeting with President Trump, because this is exactly what Kanye West is talking about. This is the exact mental enslavement and the exact societal pressure where you can't even oh, I'm so sorry for trying to actually make a difference in the world. I'll just not say anything. I'll do it on my own terms. I mean, turning down a meeting with the president because Jay-Z told you to, or everybody told you it was a bad idea. They're all liars, okay? Their political ideology are what got people enslaved in 2017 in Libya. You want to talk about slavery? Talk about modern day slavery. It's politicians that Jay-Z supported. It's politicians that John Legend supported. Those are the people enslaving Africans in modern times. It's not President Trump. he's doing the opposite. So they have this, I'm a better person and I can't talk to President Trump because he's really bad for my people, but it's just so stupid. Now you can't have any impact on prison reform. Now you're not going to go directly to the source and talk to the president and tell him how they need to reform the prisons, because they do need to reform the prison. The prison system's a mess. It's privatized. It's for profit. We have more citizens jailed than any other country in the world. There's a lot to be fixed in the prison system. I've talked about it for 10 or 15 years about how backwards and twisted our prison system is. So why not talk to the president? Overall, very, very disappointed that Meek Mill caved into societal pressure. But that's why you really have to cherish your gems like Kanye West, guys, regardless of if you like his music or not. There's very few people caving into societal pressure. Kanye West, Roseanne, that's about it. I mean, Dave Chappelle caved, Shania Twain or someone caved. Everybody caves because they're just so afraid of their image. Ooh, God forbid I fix prisons in the United States. It might ruin my image. Why would that ruin your image? I mean, Steve Harvey talked to Trump. Ray Lewis talked to Trump. And you could tell when Ray Lewis is on ESPN talking about it, he didn't want to say it was a good meeting. But he was like, dude, Donald Trump's the real deal, bro. Like, he's a businessman. It's strictly business. He heard what I was doing. He heard what Jim Brown was doing for the inner cities. And he liked it. And but you could tell, it's like he couldn't tell you that he liked it because, you have these rabid, little white guys that'll attack you. They're like, I run the black community. You're like, dude, you're freaking 5'4", sitting behind working for Vice. Like, you're not in charge of the black community. You're not the coach of the Latino community. No one likes you. It's like, these are the people that think they control you. That's what Kanye West is talking about. You don't have to be Democrat. You don't have to listen to Jay-Z. You don't have to follow this failed ideology that has led to nothing but pure destruction, not only in our country, but overseas. And I'm not saying you have to vote Republican or conservative, but this mind control trap is so fake, and we're getting so tired of it. It's to the point where you're about to go literally fix the prison system and have a meeting with the president, and you back out of it. It's like self-sabotage. And that's what the whole ideology of the left is. It's all self-sabotage. It's destroy everything, destroy Libya, destroy Syria, destroy your soul, destroy your spirit, destroy your ideology, destroy your mindset, be a complete victim, have no self-awareness, have no self-accountability, and then complain about everything. Oh my goodness, we got to help these people. We got to help these people. Yeah, we got to help everybody because you destroyed them. You're destroying people's minds. You're telling people to have no common sense. You're telling people to have no self-awareness. You're making people weak. You're making women weak. You're making certain communities weak. And then reaching out a hand and being like, oh, we'll help you get back up. They don't need to get back up if their minds are right, but they destroy their minds. They feed them with this fake politics, and I'm just really upset, but it's all good. I'll get over it probably in a minute when I turn the camera off. But it's like, dude, just take a meeting with the president. There's nothing wrong with that. But you see what they do to Kanye West. You see how they treat Roseanne. Meek Mill doesn't want that personally, because if you tell the truth, if you do something noble, if you do something against the grain, which is totally fake, but they're so persistently fake and they're so persistently delusional that they actually believe themselves now, they think they're good people. It's just so sad to see that everybody has to back down and run away from it, not because they think it's wrong, but because they know the society pressure will just come against them and they'll get death threats and they'll say, oh my God, you're not black anymore because you actually tried to fix the prison system. I mean, Meek Mill saw what they did to Kanye West and he said, you know what? Maybe Jay-Z's right. I'm going to fall back on this. And that is the mental enslavement that Kanye's talking about. You are self-sabotaging and self-stifling progress because you're afraid of what others think. You're afraid of the pressure. But if you listen to those people like I have for the past 3-4 years, what changed my mind was they're not saying anything. Yeah, okay, you can hate president. I hate ice cream. I hate Trump. I hate whatever. Yeah, but what's your solution? They don't have any. They don't have any solution. They have no honesty. They have no integrity. They have no ability to say, okay, that's a real situation. We need to help that person. That's a fake one. That's media stimulated. They don't. They get fooled by the wolf in sheep's clothing every time, because if the headline is, this happened with this person, with this race and this gender, they'll share it every time. They'll march in the streets. They don't care if it's fake. They don't care if the white liberal made it up and lied to them. They will march. That is the mind control we're talking about, because activism doesn't work unless you have self-awareness and common sense. And they have no self-awareness and common sense, and they'll jump on anything. So that's why they keep feeding it to them, because it's a constant loop of distraction and lies, because they'll jump on any story that has a racial or gender, narrative to it. And it doesn't matter if it's true. It doesn't matter if it's right. And trust me, there's enough real ones to go around. That's why I talk about the fake ones. It's not because I don't care about the Black or Latino community or the women's community. It's because I do care about them. And I know that there's so many real stories out there that we don't need to spend 5 months on a fake Starbucks story that they generated for clicks. And now they completely changed the policy to something that's nonsensical. Oh, you could sit on the seat and you don't have to buy anything. And anybody can piss all over our walls in our bathrooms, and crackheads and homeless people can come in here because we want to stop racism. It's like, congratulations, you did nothing for racism. You didn't help Black people. All you did was destroy your own company, because now you're going to have homeless people and crackheads just camp out on your seats and piss all over the walls in your thing. So now I'm not going to go to Starbucks anymore. Congratulations, you didn't solve racism, and you self-imploded your country. Sound familiar? That's the left, like the mainstream left solution for everything. It's like, don't address the problem, lie about it, pander to women, pander to racial communities, make up a whole grandiose solution that literally just ruins everybody's lives, and then, I'm such a good person, I'm so not racist, and oh my God, the conservatives are so dumb. No, you're dumb. Everything you do is wrong, and it's hard to be wrong about everything, but it's like lie, make up a whole situation that doesn't exist, solve it with a solution that literally not only doesn't solve the problem, but creates new problems for everybody around, destroys our communities, and then tells us to vote that way and not to take a meeting with the president because we're bad people now. I mean, it's just getting tiresome. So thank you guys so much for listening. God bless you. God bless the world. God bless America. Check out my links below. Instagram if you'd like to follow me, and also Donor Box. More now than ever, I appreciate your support. I have to buy a new laptop today or tomorrow. I would love to take this video right now, and I'd put it on YouTube and 3 things, and now I'm getting stifled in so many ways. Sorry, I don't want to really complain, but I was putting them on YouTube, and then I'd get revenue, and then I'd get it out there. Here it is, and then I put it there. I'm getting more people on YouTube every day. So they took my ad revenue away. So now I don't have a computer, so now I literally can't even post it onto YouTube because my computer broke. But now when I do go, I got to go buy a computer now, and I'm going to buy a computer, and I'm going to do it. It's probably going to take a day or two, so now I'm losing time anyway, and I'm losing like people I would have got. It's all good. But then I put it up, and now I can't even make money on the videos, and they were already demonetizing half my videos anyway, but they completely kicked me off the program. So it's like every single way they're trying to hit me, but you see me out here, I'm having a great time. It's like it doesn't affect me. Yeah, you could take $2,000 from me, whatever, make me buy a new laptop. You can, kick me off ad revenue, cost me thousands of dollars a year. It's all good. I'm still smiling. We're still blessed. And that's why I've been going with the Donor Box anyway. Even with all that stuff, it's still been, an uphill journey. But, everything's getting thrown at me. So now more than ever, it's not a big deal. Someone said make a new YouTube page. I want to say too, real quick, this happened to me already. I had a budding rap career. I'm still kind of popping. I'm not going to lie. But no, all jokes aside, I was like almost as big as I am now just for rap. Having millions of views, not this big, but anyway, they did the same thing to me in like 2010. They kicked me off their ad revenue platform and banned me from it in 2010. I was talking about real stuff like this then, and they kicked me off completely. So I already had to start. I've already been through this. I started a new YouTube channel. They already ruined my progress. I was already getting 10, 15,000 views no matter what I posted on YouTube. I had to start from scratch to get like 50 views and 100, and I did this already, and now I'm getting like 1,000 views per video, which is still like 1/10 of what I used to get on YouTube. I would be like a multi-millionaire now if they didn't kick me off the platform, and now they did it again. So I'm not creating a new YouTube. I already did that, and they did it again. It's like every time I make it somewhere, they try to throw me down. It's all good. Thank God there's crowdfunding. Thank goodness there's other platforms, and now I have other opportunities. I'm writing a book. I'm doing all this stuff. But what I'm trying to say is, between the YouTube revenue and my computer breaking, they're testing me more now than ever. So I really, really appreciate everybody that's supporting via Donor Box. I have Patreon too. My Patreon, people always ask, is patreon.com/raretalk, R-A-R-E talk. I just don't like Patreon as much. It's okay. And I know a lot of people make more money on me on Patreon, but I like Donor Box because it has the option of one-time support. You can donate and do one time, or you could do monthly. You can do monthly like Patreon. It might cost me because then people do, you know, the one time instead of the monthly, and the monthly adds up more. But I like it better for now. It's working. If it's not broke, don't fix it or whatever. But I appreciate it more now than ever because I have to go get a laptop because mine just like self-imploded today, and all my stuff's on that. Now, I don't want to complain too much, but I was working on new designs. I was launching a new clothing website, and like with mugs and all these things that you could buy that are like little and cute, whatever. And all my designs are on that. I spent like a month designing my own designs, and now it's all on my computer, and I got a bunch of stuff on there. I have my old cell phone like backed up on there so I can access all this stuff. It's kind of a mess, but it's all good. You know, I'm having a good time. I'm glad that I at least have a cell phone, and that's what I always say to people. Hopefully, you know, this is inspiring. I spoke to a school last week, and I told them, like, I don't come from great wealth. I don't have a lot of materials. There's people with, you know, all sorts of computers and all these seats, and I got my pillow, my couch, my cell phone, my laptop, and now I don't even have the laptop, but still, I'm still able to do this stuff. So that's kind of my motivation twist for everybody, is like, you don't need the most. You know, you always think, oh, I don't have what they have, or they have more than me. You don't need it. Some people have everything in the world and they don't know how to use it. So, you know, stay blessed and use the resources that you do have. Don't hate on what you don't have, and don't be too envious all the time. You know, really focus in and hone in on what you do have and make it happen. On that note, I am going to get a computer though, because I do need to upload videos and stuff on YouTube. Thank you so much to people who have been supporting. I appreciate you now more than ever. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, and I'll be back later this week. I'm not going to let it slow my road. I'll do what I have to do. Apple, steal my money. I don't care. It's all good. All jokes aside, have a good week, guys. Thank you so much again. And yeah, check out my last video I did too on the Trump animal thing. That's a pretty good one. All right, see you.